Hello, yes, I'm so glad you could find us today. This is going to be a great video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to choose the right PLR product to build your sales funnel around. And then we're going to go right into how to set up the sales page for your funnel from the PLR package that you get and how to effectively turn that into your sales page for your funnel. And this is going to be a series that we're then going to continue on in the next episode to actually taking the PLR product from choosing it all the way to having a ready to go funnel where you can generate income and have the real deal going with the least amount of work. We're talking like 24 hours turnaround. So make sure you get into this video because you don't want to miss anything now. And you definitely don't want to miss the next episode. So hit subscribe and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. So when you go to look for your PLR product to turn into a product to sell in your sales funnel, you're going to want to look for something that comes with the components that you need. You'll find some that actually come with a sales page. They have sometimes squeeze pages included with them. You should be able to get graphics, and you should also have, of course, your license. And if it's an ebook or a report, you should also have an editable copy as well as the finished copy. And that's what you're looking for in a quality PLR product to be able to promote as a sales funnel product. You're going to also want to go through the material and just take a glance over it to make sure that that's actually something that you're going to want to promote to your list. You don't want to be putting out products that are low quality or don't have all of the answer there, because you'll be judged on that. And it's also a good idea not to use the graphics that they send in the PLR product, because often they're very obvious that it's a PLR product, but use those graphics through a program like Canva and create your own graphics so that you have a unique look to your product that's not immediately recognizable as a PLR product, because unfortunately the quality is not the same in all PLR products. And so the market really has kind of a negative opinion of the quality contained in most PLR. But in reality, there's some very good programs out there that are just not being appreciated because they're being labeled PLR, and people are not even willing to look at them. So those are some basic ground rules you should be looking for when you're picking out your product, and then make sure that your PLR product is in line with the niche that you're supporting, obviously. And that's where we're going to start picking out the quality product. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to open up the sales page or the squeeze page that you intend to use as the foundation for your product. And you're going to want to go through it and see the areas that need to be changed, so that when you go to look in the code, you'll be able to more easily identify where it is in the code. So for instance, on this one, you can see here that it says from, and then it has first name and last name. You're going to want to make a mental note of that, because you're going to need to go into the code and put your first name and last name in place of where they put that placeholder. If we scroll down here, you'll also see that, see, this is some of the graphics that come with it, and we may consider changing that. So we're going to want to make a mental image that, we need to stop and look at this and see, are we going to change it out? There's also going to be often these sales buttons here that you're going to need to connect with um, your link to whoever's doing your payment processing. I personally use PayPal, and so when I build a button, it has the button embed, which I don't use, and I just go ahead and grab the email link and place that into the code, and I'll show you that when we get into doing the code editing later. But I wanted to also show you down here at the bottom, there's going to be your sign off. Make sure you get your name in there, and then just read through the sales copy real quick. Make sure that there's no glaringly bad use of grammar, because sometimes these are not written by natural English speakers. Also, make sure that it sounds good. It's something that you would want to buy when you read it. And if everything looks good, then what we're going to want to do is go ahead and get into the code and take a look in there and start making those edits that we were just talking about. And we'll do that right now.
And to get to editing the sales page, you're going to be looking for a file that's labeled index.html. This is going to be your primary homepage in whatever folder you find it in. So if it's under the sales page folder like this one is, that's going to be the primary sales page, and you're going to want to right click and go to open with and scroll down to open it with Notepad. This is going to bring up the file instead of as an HTML document on a browser. It's going to be brought up, brings it up under a text document like this. And this is where we'll be able to go through and change the code that we need to change in order to get the appearance on the web page that we want when it's loaded by your browser. So you can see you're going to start rolling down through the lines of code here, and you'll see things like this is the background color for the first section. So if you actually wanted to change the background color on your page, you could do it there. The font is laid here, and you just write in the font that you want. We're going to go down here, and we've got the same thing for the next section. It always tells you what the different properties are for the sections as we go through. It's all in order from top to bottom. And here's a command for it to be able to be used on phones and tablets. All right, now we're getting to the actual copy on the page. And if you've left open the copy of the HTML document opened in the browser, this is where you can start to compare what you saw with what's in the code. And if you go down here, this is our first one we want to edit here, like we were talking about earlier, and we're going to want to write in our first and last name in the letter. That way it's going to now appear as my name instead of the placeholder. And you just proceed through in the same fashion, finding the other edits that you needed to make, either in the actual content if you found errors or you wanted to add to the content. That can be done as well, which I'll cover in a further video down. But for the time being, we're just going to do these easy to do edits that anyone can do to get these up and running in the least amount of time possible. Okay, so now we are at the end of the document, and I have missed the tag I was looking for here. But I noticed here, this is going to be where we're going to insert our payment link right here. They've actually done nicely and outlined it for us, so we really just have to drop the link in, which is nice. I've had to, in some of the PLR, I've had to actually write the code for it, but it's, as you can see, very simple here. It's not a big deal at all. And so we're going to go ahead and find that last sign off. I'll compare it here with the one that I had pulled up earlier. Well, maybe I won't. Let's see. I guess not. Well, we'll just have to do it though. Oh, here it is. All right. So the final edit we wanted to make before we do the payment codes is go ahead and go here. So it's right above the two PSs. So let's find that. Right above the two PSs. So the PSs are going to be the last thing on the document. Oh, there it is. I see it right there. And we want to make sure we get everything between those arrows up to the period. Because you're going to want to get rid of those arrows too, or up to those arrows, because you don't want to take the arrows out, because that's what actually designates what's going to be written as text on the document and what part is actually part of the code. So we've now got that in there. There's some other links that you're going to need to connect as well down here. Make sure that you are connecting a link to your privacy policy and to your other legal documents. If you don't have legal documents, you can get them made from an attorney, or there are sources online as well that sell generic legal pages to add to your website, but they're generally not the highest quality, and I do suggest that you, at the very least, purchase from somewhere that can customize the legal orders for you so that everything is above board and you make sure that you have all of your potential liability covered and don't have your company taken away from you in the future because of some oversight that happened and was not covered in your legal pages. And if you don't have them, you will not be able to advertise with traffic sources like Facebook or um, uh, LinkedIn, anywhere that's a bigger company. They are more likely to require that and be very strict about having it. So if you don't take care of that now, you will be doing it in the future when you try to run ads, and it'll just be a big inconvenience. So take care of it now while we're getting everything set up and you have time, because you don't want to get caught with your pants down. Trust me, you will lose everything. Okay, final one here for the terms, and my edits are done. You can pause this video now and complete any edits that you have on yours, and we will go to the next section, and I will show you some more things before we're ready to launch this into the world. All right, let's go back to our web page where we've got the sales page open and hit refresh, and you should see, just like on here, that your changes have taken effect on the document and are now going to be live when we load this onto your hosting site and get you up and running. But before that, we still have a few items of code to address. We need to get these buttons here live and ready to go so that you can actually make a sale when it's time to do that. And in order to do that, we need to go over to paypal.com or your preferred payment source. I'm going to use this one because it's easy, but you can use whatever you want as long as you can get a code for it that will allow you to paste it in a URL and be able to direct the purchase to be made there. Okay, so we're logging into. All right, we are now live inside of the PayPal page, and in your business account, you're going to want to come up here to the Pay and Get Paid tab, and then down here on the right-hand side, you'll see PayPal buttons at the bottom. Go ahead and click there, and you're going to want to do either the Buy Now or the Add to Cart or potentially the Smart buttons, but I always use the Buy Now for this, for setting up PLR offers, because it's simple and it gets the job done, and that's all I want is just to get the job done. So name it the name of your affiliate or the PLL product that you're going to be using, and list it at the price that you intend to charge for your product, or that was set for you if you have not changed it. And then if you have custom thank you pages, you would do that in step 3 and come down here. I am not sure yet what we're going to be doing for the thank you page, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone right now and just use the PayPal thank you page, and we can come back to that. So once you've submitted your button, you want to come here and click email and go ahead and grab this link. And then we're going to head back over to our code on the notepad, and we're going to go to that spot we saw earlier that says payment link here, and we want to insert our payment link that we just copied right there. And you can do that by highlighting and then clicking Control and the letter V as in victory, and it will paste that onto that space that you've highlighted. And make sure if you have more than one button that you get both of them so that they work. Otherwise, you'll have one button probably that doesn't work because you've forgotten that you had 2 of them on your page. And it's little things like that can easily get overlooked if you're rushing, trying to get things done. So always just double check your work before you call it good, so that you can catch any of those errors. And it's often a good idea also to have, if you have more than one person on your team, to have somebody else just take a brief look over it and make sure that they see the changes that you've indicated that were supposed to be made, and that they all look correct to them, as to the best of their knowledge. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's go ahead and save the document again, and we will move on to the next step. The next video will be covering hosting this page and having it actually live on the internet. So that's all we're going to have for today. I am glad you guys came by. I appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch these videos. I hope they're informative. If you guys have any comments, go ahead and put those in the comments below. And if this was a helpful video, I would be ever grateful if you would hit the thumbs up button, so that we can get this out to more people and they can get real information about how to set up their affiliate campaigns, and specifically in this video, how to take a PLR product and put it out as your own product, so you can actually make money with your own products instead of for somebody else's products. All right, guys, thanks for stopping in. Have a great day.